have you ever noticed how a barrage of statistics just leaves you feeling kind of cold? But then on the flip side, a purely emotional story without any facts can make you feel, well, a bit manipulated? Yeah, neither is great. So today, we're going to learn exactly how to balance the two. Okay, let's dive into this and see how we can build narratives that satisfy the brain while totally capturing the heart. Here's a quick roadmap for today's explainer. We're going to cover the logic and emotion tapestry, then walk through 3 super practical examples: the vaccination choice, humanizing water data, and validating veteran struggles. After that, we'll wrap up with the ethics of emotional framing and crafting your persuasive call. Section 1. The logic and emotion tapestry. Weaving facts with feelings. Let's get right into it. So, when we're trying to persuade somebody, we usually fall into one of 2 traps. First up is the purely factual approach. This is your dry statistics, health agency quotes, cold data. The problem here? Facts might inform, but they rarely motivate. They just don't get people out of their chairs. But then look at the other extreme, the purely emotional approach. If you only use heart-tugging anecdotes or lean into unsubstantiated fears, sure, you might move people in the heat of the moment, but without facts, you risk losing your credibility entirely. Your rational listeners will literally just tune out. So neither extreme works on its own.
So the crucial point is what we call the 1-2 punch. Think of your persuasive story as having 2 tightly intertwined threads. You've got your logical thread, the facts, and your emotional thread, the human interest. When you present a fact and immediately back it up with a personal example, or, start with a story and then reveal the broader data, you're delivering this 1-2 punch. The result? The audience's heart is engaged and their brain is completely satisfied. Actually, research shows this reduces resistance. People get so immersed in the story instead of just sitting there, arms crossed, trying to counter-argue your facts.
To pull this off, you really need a rhythm. You intentionally oscillate back and forth, kind of like a pendulum. Step 1, start with a personal story. This gets the audience empathizing right out of the gate. Step 2, cut to a narrator explanation with some brief facts so they get to context. Step 3, go back and develop that personal story even deeper. Step 4, bring in an expert comment for that solid credibility. Step 5, hit your emotional climax. And finally, Step 6, land on a factual call to action. It's a very deliberate ebb and flow. Let's look at our first example and see how this builds in practice. Section 2. Example 1. The vaccination choice. The near-miss narrative. Imagine you're creating a digital story advocating for childhood vaccination. You want to start intimately. You follow a mother, just listening to her recount a terrifying near-miss experience where her child was almost lost to a preventable disease. You sit with her fears. You really understand the emotional weight of her decision to finally vaccinate. This right here is pure pathos. It draws the viewer in and makes the stakes incredibly real, deeply human. But we can't just stop there. Then we swing the pendulum. Alongside her story, we suddenly introduce a stark reality: towering data bars showing the massive drop in disease rates right after the vaccine was introduced. And this brilliantly illustrates how the mother's story gives those abstract numbers empathy and context. But crucially, the data gives the mother's story broader persuasive power. It proves her near miss isn't just some isolated random anecdote. It's actually part of a massive, proven systemic solution.
Moving on to Section 3. Example 2. Humanizing water data, micro to macro.
Just listen to this framing for a second. In Maria's village, the river ran dry last year. By starting here, you give a very human face to a massive global crisis. We immediately picture Maria. We imagine her village. We can almost feel the dust and the desperation of that completely dry riverbed. This is the micro view. If you just hit the audience with huge global statistics right off the bat, their eyes just glaze over. But by grounding it in Maria, you've successfully created a powerful emotional anchor. And then you rapidly zoom out to the macro. Suddenly, Maria becomes one of 2.2 billion people. That's literally 1 in 3 people worldwide who do not have access to safe drinking water. Do you feel the impact of that shift? That statistic amplifies Maria's story, proving she is definitely not an isolated case. You feel for Maria, which is pathos, and you learn the massive scope of the issue, which is logos. The combination just hits so much harder than either element ever could alone. Section 4. Example 3. Validating veteran struggles, backing claims with evidence. In this scenario, we're telling John's story. John is a veteran who just returned home, and he's facing an immense, completely overwhelming struggle to adapt to daily civilian life. He feels entirely isolated, lost, and disconnected from the very society he served. We spend time in John's subjective experience. But, a critical listener might sit back and wonder, well, is this just John's unique personal issue? Or is this actually a systemic problem? To answer that, you drop in the evidence. 60%. You simply state, John's experience isn't unique. A recent Harvard study found that 60% of veterans face the exact same struggle when returning to civilian life. Boom. That one single sentence, that one bold number instantly validates John's emotional story. It signals to your audience that this is a real, heavily researched problem. It marries ethos and logos to pathos in a matter of seconds.
Section 5. The ethics of emotional framing. Earning the emotion. Now, when you blend facts and feelings, you absolutely have an ethical obligation to the truth. Keeping things conversational doesn't mean we can just skip the boundaries. First off, avoid what's called disaster porn. That's gratuitous emotional imagery that just isn't backed by the reality of the issue. Second, don't take a worst-case extreme and present it as if it's the everyday norm, just to shock people. And most importantly, ensure your emotional content actually typifies the data. Like if 1 in 5 people experience something, an individual story is totally fair game, but present it as exactly that, an example of that specific statistic. You really have to earn the emotion by showing reality, amplifying the factual message without ever distorting it.
You can actually frame facts emotionally without losing a single drop of accuracy. Compare an abstract data point like 10,000 hectares of forest are lost to a more emotional framing like an area of forest the size of Manhattan is lost every day. It's literally the exact same data. Now, what's really interesting here is how finding that visual metaphor conjures an immediate response. Whenever you state a fact, just ask yourself, what does this actually mean for real people? Or in terms the human brain can naturally visualize.
Section 6. Crafting your persuasive call. The final note.
Your call to action should be the ultimate blend of your two threads. Think about something like, thousands are struggling with this every day, and each of them has a story like Jane's. By signing this petition, you can help change that story for the better. See how perfectly that works? Thousands are struggling is your logical reason to act. A story like Jane's is your emotional recall, pulling back the empathy you built earlier. In one single sentence, you hit both notes. You give the viewer a logical rationale to fall back on and an emotional motivation to take immediate action. And honestly, that is the secret of the persuasive tapestry. By interweaving the objective facts with subjective human experiences, the head and the heart, you appeal to the whole person. You build trust through truth, understanding through logic, and deep care through emotion. Ask yourself, where is the data, where is the human face, and how will you weave them together to change minds today?